What's up guys, it's Mark, back with another video today. As you can tell, we are going to be covering the Houston Astros versus Boston Red Sox ALCS series in the MLB Postseason. In case you guys did miss my preview of the NLCS, there'll be a card to it in the top right hand corner of the screen. Make sure you click that if you want to see it. So of course, I'm going to give you my breakdown of each position, each matchup, and then I'm going to give you my series prediction. If you guys do enjoy these videos, you know what to do. Hit that like button. Best way to show me that you like what I'm doing and you want to see more of it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and you enjoy the content. We got a lot of subscribers yesterday because I told you, like, most of you ain't subscribed, but click that subscribe button. It's free. You get to see my videos. And let me know in the comment section down below, who do you think is going to win this series? Astros, Red Sox, how many games, what's your thoughts? And let's get going into this video. I gotta hurry up. South Carolina game's in a few hours, and it's my last one as a student, so I need to be there. Of course, we always start off these videos with the starting pitching. We've got the Houston Astros, who've got that stacked rotation of Justin Verlander, Garrett Cole, Dallas Keuchel, Charlie Morton, Lance McCullers. There's so many names in that rotation. Of course, Justin Verlander, beast. Do I need to say more? He's just seems to be getting better as he's getting older with the Astros. It doesn't make any sense. You've got Garrett Cole, who has seemed to have figured it out in Houston, finally reaching the potential that everyone saw he had in Pittsburgh. He's been lights out in the playoffs. Dallas Keuchel, who seems to be the shakiest of the starters, pitches well in the playoffs as well, done a great job. Charlie Morton, Lance McCullers, the list goes on and on. The Houston Astros starting pitching is absolutely stacked. The Red Sox, not a bad rotation themselves. You got Chris Sale, who pitched very well in the playoffs, even came in relief in that last game against the Yankees, got one inning, did the job. Rick Porcello pitched very well in the playoffs for the Red Sox. He looks solid. David Price, I mean, he's not playing the Yankees, so he might be better, but not great in the playoffs. Nathan Eovaldi, oh my goodness, has that guy been just a beast for the Red Sox. Who would have thought that when they made that trade with the Rays back at the trade deadline, he would have had such an impact on this team. Was beast against the Yankees. I imagine he's going to do well against the Astros as well. Seems to have given himself a great opportunity to get a pretty good contract this offseason. Overall, though, it's obvious. You got to give the advantage here to the Houston Astros. That starting rotation is probably the best in all of baseball. I mean, it would be crazy to pick anybody else. We move on to the bullpen. The Astros bullpen may not be the best in all of baseball, but it is very solid and has performed at a very high level. You've got Roberto Osuna, Ryan Presley, Tony Sipp, Colin McHugh, Lance McCullers came out of the bullpen, Josh James, Brad Peacock. You've got Chris Davinsky, you got Will Harris. Their bullpen's actually, honestly, the more I talk about it, the better their bullpen really is. It's pretty strong. Now, the Red Sox bullpen, on the other hand, that's bad. That's not good. Craig Kimbrell, getting a little scary. He scared me in that last game against the Yankees, but you know what? He did get the job done. You've got Ryan Brazier, who's been really good and, again, has come out of nowhere. Got Joe Kelly, Matt Barnes, Heath Hembree. You've also got some left-handed guys out there that you can use, like Eduardo Rodriguez. Overall, not a strong bullpen. Definitely the weakest part of the entire Red Sox team. And because of that, you're going to have to give the advantage to the Astros here. Again, the Astros bullpen is just miles better than the Red Sox. The Red Sox bullpen, not great, not very reliable. Definitely one of their weakest parts on their lineup. Move over to the catcher's position. We have got, for the Red Sox, Sandy Leon, Blake Swihart, Christian Vasquez. Although we only saw Vasquez and Leon really do any of the catching this series. Neither of the guys are known for their hitting, although Christian Vasquez, the hero we all needed, hit a big home run against the Yankees. Sandy Leon, the hero that we need behind the dish, though, because he is a beast defensively, catching, blocking. He saved a lot of runs for the Red Sox. For the Astros, again, neither of them are great hitters right now. Brian McCann, not the guy he used to be. Obviously can still offer a little bit of pop with that bat, but he's getting up there in age, just not the same hitter he once was. Martin Maldonado, not much better, but behind the plate, he is a beast defensively. Overall, the advantage isn't a ton here, but I'm going to give it to the Astros, and it's because of how good defensively Martin Maldonado is, and he's very comparable offensively to the guys the Red Sox have. So they're very close, but I'm going to give the slight edge to the Astros because Martin Maldonado is one of the best defensive catchers in all of baseball. No knock on Leon, but Maldonado's a beast. First base, you've got Yuli Gurriel for the Astros, and for the Red Sox, you got Steve Pearce and Mitch Moreland. So let's start off by talking about the Red Sox. Mitch Moreland is on the roster, tweaked his hamstring, I believe. It didn't play the last game against the Yankees. Steve Pearce got in there, so it looks like Steve Pearce is probably going to do the majority of playing at first base, but Mitch Moreland is available to go. Mitch Moreland better defensively, but still a very good offensive player as well. Steve Pearce, more known for his bat, but he plays a pretty good defensive first base as well. Remember that play against the Yankees? I like both of their bats a lot. Steve Pearce is a beast. Now, Yuli Yuli Gurriel, right about the average first baseman in the major leagues, doesn't necessarily hit for a ton of power, hits for a pretty decent average, gets on base at a decent, he's just a very average first baseman. Therefore, I'm going to have to give the advantage to the Red Sox here at first base. Not a huge advantage. Again, it's not like miles better than the Astros and Yuli Gurriel, but I think they are better than the Astros. Second base, Houston Astros, Jose Altuve, the former MVP, going up against Ian Kinsler and Brock Holt of the Red Sox. Now, when I talked about the Red Sox-Yankee series, I may have left out Brock Holt, and I underestimated him a little bit. He played a huge part in that series, obviously hitting a cycle against the Yankees. Ian Kinsler as well, veteran, maybe not as good as he once was, but he plays great defense at second base and gets a clutch hit when you need it. But you're going up against Jose Altuve, the MVP of last season, one of the best second basemen, if not the best second baseman in all of baseball. There's just, you can't compare the two. The Astros clearly have the advantage here. Jose Altuve is a beast. Shortstop. Now, you asked me this last year, this conversation would have been a lot different, because for the Astros, you got Carlos Correa. For the Red Sox, you got Xander Bogaerts. Of course, this year, Carlos Correa not having the year that we expected. He has dealt with some injuries, but when he has been on the field playing, he just has not been the same player. Carlos Correa is obviously still a top 5 shortstop in all of baseball, but this current season just hasn't been it. Xander Bogaerts, on the other hand, drove in a ton of runs this year, hit for great average, hit for some power, all around a better shortstop this season, and it's not like he came out of nowhere. He's done this before. Therefore, I've got to give the advantage to the Red Sox, which, again, I didn't think I'd be saying. If you told me this at the beginning of the year, I would have thought Carlos Correa easily, but he just isn't playing well, and Xander Bogaerts has been beastly for the Red Sox. Third base, you got Rafael Devers and Eduardo Nunez for the Red Sox, and for the Astros, Alex Bregman. Red Sox third base is definitely a hole in their lineup. Eduardo Nunez, although had a decent last game in the Red Sox-Yankee series, not much of a season thus far for the Red Sox, and he's pretty horrible defensively at third base. Rafael Devers, a lot of injuries this year, hasn't played consistently enough, just a little bit disappointing, expect a lot more out of him. And then you've got Alex Bregman for the Astros, who honestly might be a top 10 positional player in all of baseball. The dude is incredible. The more and more I watch this guy play, the more I realize he is elite. He is so good. Plus, he's a beast in the playoffs. Therefore, this one is going to possibly one of my favorite players in baseball right now, Alex Bregman. I need to go get me a Bregman Astros jersey. The dude is a stud, and he's probably going to carry this Astros team right now. Left field, you've got Marwin Gonzalez for the Houston Astros and Andrew Benintendi for the Red Sox. Now, Marwin Gonzalez might be one of the hottest hitters in all of baseball right now. I think he's hitting, what, like something like 800 in the playoffs for the Astros? Seems like every time he steps to the plate, the dude is coming up and getting a hit. Like, when's the last time he got out? But despite how hot his bat is, Andrew Benintendi of the Red Sox still is the better player. Now, he may not have the power that Marwin Gonzalez has, but the dude sets the lineup perfectly for the Red Sox at the top. You got Mookie and him at the top for JD to drive in. I mean, it doesn't work any better than that. Plus, he's really good out in left field. Maybe a little bit of my SEC bias is playing into this. He is an Arkansas Razorback. I like the Gamecocks. I always represent my SEC boys. But even though Marwin Gonzalez is hitting like, I don't know, 10,000 this postseason, I still think Andrew Benintendi will probably have a better series and have more of an impact for the Red Sox. Center field, we've got George Springer of the Houston Astros, and we've got Jackie Bradley Jr., that's right, Gamecock, for the Red Sox. Now, I know I said I like to represent the SEC here, but I can't be biased with this one because it's really obvious. Although Jackie Bradley Jr. is a Gamecock just like me, he was on those national championship teams, his offense just really isn't comparable enough to George Springer where I could even make this close. Now, his defense is elite, that's no doubt, but George Springer offensively is miles better than Jackie Bradley, and defensively, they're comparable. Plus, George Springer in the playoffs, I mean, the dude just rakes. I think there's some crazy stat where he has like 8 home runs in his last 9 games. Don't quote me, it's close to that. I think I said in my last video, but he's just unstoppable. Therefore, you've obviously got to give the advantage to the Astros here. Right field, you've got Josh Reddick for the Houston Astros, and you've got Mookie Betts for the Red Sox. Now, it's unfortunate because Josh Reddick is a solid player. He does exactly what the Astros need of him in right field, but when you compare him to Mookie Betts, I mean, it's just not even close. Mookie Betts is probably going to be the most valuable player in the American League this year. He sets the top of the order for the Red Sox, plays Gold Glove defense, hits for power, gets on base, steals bases. He's all around a great player, 5 tools. You got to give the advantage to the Red Sox and Mookie Betts here. You'd be insane otherwise. And again, no knock on Josh Reddick. It's just, you can't compare him to Mookie Betts. There's not many right fielders in baseball that would get the advantage over Mookie Betts. Honestly, probably none. The final player position that we're going to talk about here is DH, where we've got JD Martinez of the Red Sox going up against Tyler White and Evan Gattis for the Astros. Or, you know, even Tony Kemp, who they played, which interesting move, but the Astros, they know what they're doing. So let's just talk about the Astros DHs as a whole. You got Tyler White, who has had a great year, career season, hit for some power, looking like Evan Gattis Jr. out there with that beard. Evan Gattis, of course, the lumberjack, the dude just looks like a beast at the plate, hits for some power, but not very consistently for average. But when we're talking about DHs, I don't think it's fair to compare him to guys like JD Martinez, because JD Martinez might be the most dangerous hitter in all of baseball this season. The dude has just put up silly numbers in Boston. He continued from his amazing year last year, and even as the DH, he's in the conversation for American League MVP this year, so yeah, that just proves how good of a season he's had. For those reasons, I'd be out of my mind to pick anybody but the Boston Red Sox to have the advantage in the DH department. The last matchup we're going to talk about is managers. We've got Alex Cora, first-year manager for the Boston Red Sox, and we've got AJ Hinch, who of course is the Houston Astros manager. Alex Cora has done a great job thus far this postseason, putting guys in the right situations, using pitchers out of the pen. He's done a pretty good job. Of course, he was a part of that Astros team that won the World Series last year. He was a coach on that staff. But despite how well he's done this postseason, come on, you got AJ Hinch. He won the World Series last year. He has turned this Astros team around to be an absolute powerhouse. I feel like I say this for a lot of them this video, but I would be stupid to pick anybody but AJ Hinch for the advantage here. Houston Astros, great manager there. Great job with that team. It's not a knock on Alex Cora. He's done great with the Red Sox, but, I mean, AJ Hinch, come on. Now, what do I think this series is going to come down to? Well, I think the Astros are going to win the series, and I really want to say that they're going to sweep in 4, but I feel like that's a little bit crazy. Nah, you know what? Astros in 4. I'm sorry, Red Sox fans. You did what I needed you to do. You beat the Yankees. You got the evil empire out. But this Astros team is just way too good. Way too good. Plus, I already put them as a lock to make the World Series in one of my previous videos, so who would I be to pick anybody but the Astros? Astros in 4, you heard it here first. Sorry, Red Sox fans. I hate to do it to you because you did do me a solid and knock out the Yankees, but the Astros are just too damn good. I'd love to know what you guys think about the ALCS in the comment section below. Let me know who you think's going to win the series. Remember to subscribe to the channel as well as leave a like on this video. Helps me out a ton. You know, if you are a college football fan, root for the Gamecocks today. It is my last game. Would love to see them beat Texas A&M, although, you know, it's gonna be tough. They're good. And that's gonna take us to the end of this video. YouTube recommends you watch this video over here. You can click some other video here. You can subscribe. My face is gonna be on one of these sides. I don't know. I'm all screwed up direction-wise. That's gonna be it for this video, though. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.